Where is that moment where you can thrive just in the presence of the Lord and remember a certain situation, remember a certain place, and where you come to a place of gratitude with God and say, wow, Lord, you are so good.
A podcast hosted by Joe Detre, Joe on the Mic, Leader Talk, tackles various leadership strategies that cover self-development, self-leadership, including spiritual and physical health of leaders. This podcast will feature guests ranging from military leaders, thought leaders, health and nutrition leaders, spiritual leaders, nonprofit leaders, and many more.
Hey, thank you guys for being here. Awesome that you're here. And I'm just going to talk about Psalm 46 with you guys for a little bit. Share a little story about my gratitude place. And why is this important? Psalm 46 is important because it drew me in when I just got out of the military, transitioned out of the military, and my wife and I took a trip. We took a trip to Hawaii to celebrate my retirement, which was pretty cool. You know, God blessed us to be able to go and take a trip to Hawaii. And there was a profound moment that happened while I was sitting there on one of the beaches. The beach was called, make sure I got, Old Kona Airport State Recreation Area. And it's just right south of the airport over there in Hawaii. And just to give you a little look, I'm going to give you a little look. I'm going to share with you the screen here. Guys, I'm going to put a link in the episode so you can see a picture of what I'm describing. Enjoy. Old Kona Airport State Park. We went to go visit, and it was amazing. We were watching the sunset. And as we were watching the sunset, that splash occurred. The roar of the water. I felt it coming underneath my feet. There was like a small rumble, and it was reverberating through my body. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? You know. Then I saw the waves coming in a distance, and I was like, whoa, that's a pretty decent wave there. And then boom, it hit the rocks. Then it splashed up with a sound, and it was so amazing. And just talking about it, I'm remembering that moment and feeling that gratitude for God, for his goodness and his grace, for all that he's done in my wife and I's family and in our marriage. The blessings of his goodness and grace. In that moment, I just had an extreme amount of gratitude. On this day, have a moment of gratitude. Get that closeness to God and his grace and his goodness in your life. So I'm going to read Psalm 46. I'm going to read two versions. I'm going to read two versions. I'm going to read the version that's out of the NIV first. And then I'm going to go to the version that I like, which is the Holman Christian Standard Version. Psalm 46. It's just 11 verses. It says, God is our refuge and our strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her, she will not fail. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see what the Lord has done. The desolations he has brought on the earth, he makes war cease. To the ends of the earth, he breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted on the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us, the God of Jacob, our fortress. At that moment, the waters were roaring and foaming. There were mountains behind me because I was on Hawaii. And at that moment, I was just watching the sunset and the seas roaring, hitting the ground. So I was like, wow, this is an awesome moment. And I was able to reflect on God, reflect on his goodness and grace. In the Philippians, it always says, think upon all these things that are good, of good report, honor, that are worthy, pure, and good. Think upon his goodness and grace and thrive in that moment of reflection of God's goodness and his tender mercies. And guess what? You'll go to that place in verse 10 that says, be still and know that I'm God. His goodness and grace will be exalted in your life. I know it says it will be exalted among the nations, it'll be exalted in the earth, but let him be exalted in your life, in all the things that he's doing in and through us. And look at that picture. And I want you guys to think on this. Where is your place of gratitude that you can think about and go to? You don't have to literally go to, but maybe a place that you have visited in your quiet time and reading the Word of God, or just wherever you're at, that you need to find that place of gratitude, and then go there within your spirit and just be thankful to God. Connect with him in that place of gratitude, because you know what? God is everywhere with us, right? That place of gratitude.
All right, folks, time for a sponsor break.
Hey guys, if you've ever wanted to start your own podcast, well, here's your opportunity. If you have a kingdom mindset and you've been struggling to just start your podcast, again, here is your opportunity. We're going to be conducting a 5-day challenge. We're calling it Your Voice Matters Challenge. And we want you to join us because we're going to have podcast experts coming on to teach you how to start your podcast. And look, we're going to help you get over the tech. We're going to help you to find your message, to find your audience, and build your podcast from scratch with little to no money out of your pocket. So join us on the 5-day podcast challenge because your voice matters. We want you there. Join us. Again, look, we're going to take out all the jitters. We're going to take out all the fears so you can have your podcast and be effective and share with your audience your passion. Join us. Use the link below. And come on in. Bye-bye.
All right, back to our episode.
So I'm going to read that other version because I read the NIV. I'm going to read the Holman Christian Standard Version. And this is going to be interesting. It says, Psalm 46, God is our refuge and strength, a helper who is always found in times of trouble. Therefore, I will not be afraid, though the earth trembles and the mountains topple into the depths of the sea, though the waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with its turmoil. Selah. There is a river, its streams delight in the city of God, the holy dwelling place of the Most High. God is within her, she will not be toppled. God will help her when the morning dawns. Nations rage, kingdoms topple, the earth melts when he lifts his voice. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our stronghold. Selah. Come, see the works of the Lord, who bring devastation on the earth, who makes wars cease throughout the earth. He shatters the bow, cuts spears to pieces. He burns up the chariots. Now here's verse 10. Stop your fighting and know that I am God. Exalted among the nations, exalted in the earth. Yahweh, the host, is with us. The God of Jacob is our stronghold. Selah. Now notice the two differences. In the NIV, in verse 7, it says, Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. But in the Holman Christian Standard, it says in verse 10, stop your fighting and know that I'm God. Exalted among the nations, exalted on the earth. So I want to challenge us here. Go to your place of gratitude with God. This is my place here. This little place where I encountered God in a new and wonderful way. For you, it might be at the beach. This was a beach. It was called the Old Kona Airport State Park when we visited Hawaii. But where is your place of gratitude? Where is that moment where you can thrive just in the presence of the Lord and remember a certain situation, remember a certain place, hear the sounds, smell the smells, the sights, and where you come to a place of gratitude with God and say, wow, Lord, you are so good. Thank you for your tender mercies. Thank you for all your blessings and goodness in my life. Here, this was mine, Oconee Beach, and I remember that. And anytime when I want to get to a place of gratitude where things are going on and I need to stop the fighting and be still and know that He is the Lord, I find that place of gratitude, of rest, peace, to recharge in the Lord. Say, you know what, Lord, you are good, regardless of all the things that are going on and around me and the questions that I might have, the indecision. I'm going to come to that place of gratitude, Lord God, and recharge with you. Remembering that time that when you just showed me your goodness and grace and awe and wonder of you, and thrive again in your presence. So, guys, hopefully this was a blessing to you and showing you my place of gratitude, and that you can take this and apply it into your life. Where is your place of gratitude? Where is that place that you can go to and just commune with the Lord and just rejoice? Let me share with you another thing that I was reading, and I'm in chapter 16 in the book of Acts. And is when Paul and Silas were imprisoned. They went to a place of gratitude. It's in chapter 16, and starting in verse 25. Paul and Silas, they were jailed because they delivered this young girl from a bad spirit, and the people that were making money off of her got upset and jailed them just for delivering a girl. They should have been happy the girl was delivered, but their money was taken away. But they went to a place of gratitude. On verse 25, it says, about midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God. The prisoners were listening to him, and suddenly there was such a violent earthquake that the foundations of the jail were shaken, and immediately all the doors were opened, and everyone's chains came loose. But we know after that the jailer, he freaked out, and then he saw that God had released them. But Paul and Silas didn't leave. They were rejoicing in the Lord, even though mess was going on around them. They were getting into the presence of God, into gratitude, singing hymns and praying, and they were loosed from the things that were all around them. So again, hopefully this is encouraging to you, and that it blesses your day. You can walk in God's goodness and grace and see how He will be magnified in and through you and helping other people too. Yes, gratitude can break off a lot of chains. You can break off chains of unforgiveness, break off chains of regret, break off chains of hate. Because when we get into the gratitude place, God does wonderful things. So God bless you guys. Have a wonderful rest of the day. God bless you.